What's going on, guys? Back again. Nikhil Nashikkar,
Brandon Azacca,
Exit 12,
Brewery.
in the house.
Silky smooth. Pretty good.
Like my boy Ray J. So,
Problematic.
what'd you say?
Could be problematic.
Why?
No,
He catch a case?
I don't think he caught a case.
All right, so we have another beer in our dual grain triple play double IPA hop experiment. This one is from Nikhil Nashikkar. Hope I said that right, brother. That is that's a first and last name if I've ever heard one. Similar to Gary, he came in a little bit lower than the rest of us at 6.8%. If I'm not mistaken, he brewed on the Robo Brew. 86 IBUs. Columbus, Nelson Sauvin, and Azacca on the dry hop. Again, similar to Gary's in that he used Azacca on the dry hop. So we're doing these back to back to kind of compare the two in terms of taste, which is essentially the whole point of this entire experiment. Why don't you talk a little bit about the hops?
Sure. So it looks like it was Columbus on the dry hop.
No, Azacca on the dry hop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Azacca on the dry hop. Columbus on the bittering hop, and then the Whirlpool hop was Nelson Sauvin.
Whoa!
A little explosion there, but we're okay.
If I'm not mistaken, some of the Brewtubers had similar experience with the beer, so Nikhil, that's my bad, man. I should have known better.
Yeah, I think we absolutely should have known about that.
We watch all the videos. So.
Nelson Sauvin's a hop we really like to use when we can, when we're big ballin', because it is an expensive hop. Most of those, hops from Australia and like New Zealand and places like those are pretty expensive, but they offer great tropical flavors. So I'm expecting a lot from this beer.
Yeah, we did use Nelson Sauvin and Galaxy on our first iteration of Friendsgiving, and that was the one that we put 5 pounds of cranberry in, and for the amount of money we spent on the hops, we didn't really get it back in the flavor, obviously.
Yes.
The cranberries took it over.
Yep.
So we are excited to try the Nelson Sauvin here on this beer, as well as the Azacca, and you know what you're going to get with Columbus.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what this beer is like. Let's get a snifferang.
Snifferang. Okay.
It's tough for me to get one through because of the 8-finger head here.
Yeah.
But Brandon's head is a little more reasonable. That was an evil laugh right there. That was pretty good. Are you catching anything?
It smells a little like lemongrass.
I'm getting similar. I'm getting similar to Gary's in terms of the Azacca.
Yeah.
Slight citrus. That could also be because of the Columbus, which is very close to Citra. So in a way, these beers could be pretty similar.
Yeah, I'm getting the spice, same as the last beer. Slight tropical notes, but definitely a little bit of lemongrass. Let me see if I can pull up a little Nelson Sauvin.
I just want to mention the color real quick. It's probably the same color as Gary's, pretty similar to everything we've had to this point.
Yeah.
The burnt orange, but it is dank looking. I'll say that. This is the one beer out of the experiment that's very cloudy. It's not filtered, which coming from two New England IPA, two people living in the New England area, that's right down our alley.
Absolutely. Lacing's good. Yeah, head's good.
Wow, that is... It smells danker and it smells more citrus than Gary's, which is not bad nor good. No. Just kind of an observation.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to pull out tropical flavors on the back end.
Yeah, maybe a little pineapple.
Pineapple, I was just going to say that. Yeah. Sort of like a malt-coated pineapple. Because I'm getting a nice hit of the grain bill.
Sure.
And almost like I don't want to say sour, but almost like a goza or like a kettle sour aspect to it.
I mean, it's maybe picking up a little of the yeast.
It could be the
little of the Chico strain. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Nothing overpowering. I don't want you to feel like this beer, smells like a sour. It does not at all.
But like a fruited, yeah, almost like a fruited sour aspect kind of to it. I'm very excited to try this.
Absolutely.
Nikhil, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Salute. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
The bitter is front forward.
Yeah, for sure.
But subdues very nicely. I think it was 86 IBUs if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so it's got a nice bitter front end to it, but smooths out really well in the back.
The malt hit on it is really nice. I think it balances really well with the bitterness. The first sip, and I hesitate to say it, but the first sip I took, I thought a New England IPA, but with a lot more bitterness. That's how I looked at it. I thought I got the tropical, I got the amazing malt backbone, I got the dankness almost, and I got like this really, really nice bitterness all throughout.
Yeah, I'm getting the pineapple on the taste as well. It's more like pineapple, like juice maybe, like a really,
That is really nice. Yeah, that pineapple is really shining through.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my assumption is going to be that's a Nelson Sauvin. To me, I think what's interesting is it lingers on the palate.
Yeah.
I get that pineapple kind of white winey of like the Nelson Sauvin. It kind of like it lingers quite a bit, which I find amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this I'm actually extremely impressed with this beer. I'm pretty disappointed we only got one bottle of it. This is phenomenal, Nikhil. I'm very impressed by this.
Yeah. Great mouthfeel. I'm assuming you do. Some.
I think he was saying in the group chat that he doesn't.
Wow, that's surprising. So you must just have
amazing
great water. Yeah, but definitely not an issue on this beer at all because the mouthfeel is really, really there, which is nice, and you have great lacing and.
Oh, I was just gonna say this thing has legs. I mean, look at that. That is some beautiful lacing on that beer.
Yeah.
It might be a touch overcarved. But it doesn't take away necessarily from the beer. It may add quite a bit of perceived bitterness because of the overcarbonation.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I think this beer is actually unbelievable. I think this is a phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
I think this is probably, I look at this as probably something a little bit closer to what Homebrew may have created because he's such a New England IPA freak. Excuse me. So if you had given this to me, if you guys had switched beers, I absolutely would have believed it. Because Lewis is all about the New England IPA. Yeah. So,
but the bitterness is definitely there, but it's so well done that it hits you right off the bat, and then it subdues nicely into some of those malt flavors and the hop flavors, the pineapple. And a little bit of spiciness. Not too much, just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't get a whole lot. If I do get spiciness, I think it's residual. I think it's on the back end, and I think it's in between sips as it kind of sits on your tongue.
Yeah,
but
to warm this up a little bit, see if something.
Yeah, but I think the spiciness that could come through is just like hop residue in a way. Just kind of the hops, whatever hop you chose. That could be the Azacca because we got spice. I got a lot of spice on the Azacca on Gary's. So
yeah. But a damn good beer.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good beer.
If I could just add, to me, this is kind of similar to the smell. It's as if you took a pineapple and dipped it in LME. That's almost what it is. This is phenomenal stuff. Very, very good, Nikhil.
Yeah.
You have anything to add?
No, I think we nailed it. You nailed it. We nailed it.
Cheers to nailing it.
Cheers.
And cheers to Nikhil for an amazing beer.
Very good beer.
Thank you, brother. We will. We're gonna finish this and opine about how awful our Patriots are.
Opine.
It's probably the wrong word to use.
No, I think it's the right word to use. I'm just impressed about it.
Fair enough. That's what happens when you go to school, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Cheers, Nikhil. Cheers to the guys.
Cheers.